Hey, what's up, guys? Uh, Doing the 110 rod shop for the F450 light kit, and I was a little overwhelmed, and I asked some questions, and I got some answers. So, uh, these kits don't come with a plug, okay? And it is recommended not to put them plugged into the receiver. It says it in his directions. You can get the directions if you just message 110 Rod Shop. But you're gonna have to rig up some kind of plug that taps into your battery terminals. So this is gonna be my plug. It's just a little $3 plug I bought at the hobby store. And that's gonna be your power source. And it's going to power all the lights all at once. If you want to do turn signals, brake lights, things like that, you're going to have to buy a speed controller. I'm sorry, a light controller, and figure that out. But for this video, it's just going to be all power on the lights at all times. So that was my biggest concern is, hey, how do I plug this thing in? And turns out you kind of got to just rig up your own way. And the way I'm doing it is I'm hot gluing with black hot glue sticks. Get it to focus. So that way there's no light leak from the back of the bulbs where they plug in, because you'll be able to see that through the grill. So you can use clear hot glue, but for, you know, $4 you can get some hot glue sticks that are black at the local hobby store, and that'll help you out. And the way I'm doing it is kind of just mocking up all the bulbs where they go, tape them all off, and splice them all together, and you know, just connect all the blacks together and all the white and reds together. And I'm just using this $10 soldering iron, and so far it's working for me. Looks pretty burnt up because it's really old. So, and then if anybody's wondering about cutting, this is what it'll look like. You want to leave a little bit extra here where it recesses in. You want to leave about an 1/8 inch, 3 millimeters. And cut doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be able to fit the bucket in. Right now these are unglued, unwired. They stick in there nice and tight. I'll hot glue them from the inside so they won't be able to be pulled back out again once they're all ready. But I'll be doing the same thing, hot gluing all the bulbs to these buckets, feed the wire in. And then from there, I'm going to just have to tie it all together once it's all ready for that. So that's my process. I'm sure there's better ways. There's another guy out here on YouTube, and he's doing a way more in-depth, who knows, 5-part, 6-part series on this light kit, and he's still not done with it. So I didn't want to wait for him to finish that to learn how to do it. So I just dove right in. And, I was using the Dremel to make the cut on a flex hose just because it's easier. You can just use the main Dremel tool if you want. Here's my dinner. I went and got this kit, this Dremel cutting kit. Some of these are my old bits, but if you get the big kit, it comes with cutting wheels just for plastic. You can see it says, if it'll focus, it says plastic on it, guys. Just take my word for it. There you go. They only come in 1.5 inch. I don't know why they don't make smaller ones, but it worked. Just gotta be super careful. You know, start off making the big cuts with the Dremel, then come back in the corners with an X-Acto knife, a razor blade, body scissors, whatever you gotta do. I used tape, and I taped off, and you want to leave like, 3 millimeters here of this flat surface where the sticker used to be. You don't want to cut all the way up to the seam or the crease right here. You want to come down off the crease a little bit. Same thing at the bottom. Leave about 3 millimeters of plastic. And, it all tucks right into these grooves of the grill piece. Fits really nice. Alright guys, so I got the light kit all finished up. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Starting in the front, it had the most bulbs, so as I worked my way back, everything seemed to get easier. And one thing I forgot to mention, when you're making the cuts, you can't obviously see it now, but you'll leave plastic along the sides, but on the up against the seam of the tailgate, that's got to be a good cut. It's got to be right on the seam too, and it's a tight fit, but it turns out really good. It's a slight gap, And then another thing, guys, I noticed, I don't have it turned on right now, but I glued these fiber optics on this side, and I realized I was making a huge mess, and I wasn't sure how it was going to look because it hadn't been lit up yet. And it turned out that after having all this glue behind here, and I use shoe goo, by the way, having all the shoe goo behind there, it does affect the light performance, if you will. So the other side, I did not glue it. I don't think it's necessary to glue these in unless you're going to be really bashing this body. I hope you're not. These fiber tubes will stay in there without glue, so I didn't glue any of them except for that one. And the back ones, they're not glued. You can see they're holding in just fine. I didn't use any glue on the outside of the shell for these lenses. And these either. Well, I used a little bit of shoe goo. Alright, so let's open this up. Finish this here. So this is pretty much how it looks when it's done. If you're wiring it, full power to all lights, this is how it's going to look. And this kit did not come with enough wiring to reach all the way across. So I had some extra wires laying around. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Sorry. So here is my plug. There we go. So that's what it all plugs with. It's all powered off of this. And then here's my Deans. Right here. This cable, I already had this cable, and I just I changed it out to this plug I got at the hobby store. It's like a $3 plug. So yeah, all the bulbs are held in with black hot glue. That's to prevent light leak. So that way when you're, looking at it from the side, you don't see light leaking out from underneath the chassis or from the body. And it's all just, separate all the blacks and the reds, tape them up just to, organize it, and then work from there. I know some guys are soldering everything up and then they're, assembling it, but that's not the way I did it. So, I'm sure there's a better way, but this was how I had it in my mind anyways. The mirrors. So the old mirrors have the mirror lens needs to be pried out. You can pry it out of the old one and pop it into the new ones, because at first I was wondering, like, oh, I ordered these mirrors, but they don't come with any of the lenses. But yeah, this lens right here, the actual mirror lens, you'll have to take that off of your old shell and put it on, and you can just glue them right onto the new 110 mirrors, 110 rod shop mirrors. And I still haven't done the door handles yet, but door handles did come with the kit, so I haven't put them on yet. But I'm super thrilled, guys. At the end of the video, I'll show it all lit up. Sorry if I left anything out, but this was just a quick weekend project for me. I don't usually have much downtime to do stuff like this, but I knew I needed a quick video on this, and there wasn't one available, so here it is for you guys, and I hope it helps. Alright guys, see.